Hey beautiful people, and welcome to another live. As I am recording this, it's currently a full moon in Scorpio after we just had crazy Aries season with eclipse season and Mercury retrograde. It was crazy. And today is the day that kind of wraps things up energetically, astrologically, and I wanted to share something with you. The online space is filled with coaches, and no one is looking for a coach. No one wants to hire you as a coach because no one wants coaches at this point. Hey Don, welcome. People don't want coaches. They want embodied leaders. They don't want someone to regurgitate a bunch of information. They want someone who is doing something that they look up to. They don't just want a coach that just gives them a structure or a strategy. They want someone who inspires and activates them into their own leadership and into their own visionary abilities. We don't want coaches. No one wants coaches. We want embodied visionaries and leaders, space holders, medicine people, medicine beings, whatever it is that resonates for you. And I know for many of us, as we work on growing our social media and establishing our business and becoming an entrepreneur, we kind of start as someone who feels like they have a mission, a purpose, something sacred and magical and special to share with the world. But as we learn the social media game and the entrepreneurship game, we learn that we need to actually also develop all these other abilities and master all these other techniques and structures and strategies and things that are not natural for us. I feel you. I know you. You just want to be of service. You just have a gift that you want to celebrate and share with others. You want to express yourself freely. And you want to guide and help and nurture others and activate others along your journey. You're not necessarily an expert in social media or marketing or any of the other stuff that comes with being an entrepreneur. But soon enough in our entrepreneurial journey, we learn that we also need to master these other aspects so that we can truly be of service at a higher capacity. And so what began to be a little seeds of pure intention to be of service through your gifts and your abilities and your knowledge that you gain throughout your life and your experiences now becomes like not enough to branch out into something bigger, to bear the fruits that you are wanting to then share with others. And so for that, we need to master the social media game. We need to master the entrepreneurship game. We need to master all these other aspects of it. And it's not always easy. And so I invite you to feel into yourself. Do you truly think you are a coach or an entrepreneur? Or do you just want to focus on being a medicine woman or an energy healer or a space holder or an artist? Or maybe you have a little bit of all of these archetypes and all of these abilities, and you're able to birth something through that, through the multiplicity of all that it is that makes up who you are. But I invite you to feel into that. What is it for you? Is it one thing? Are you truly is it your gift to be a space holder? Is it truly your gift to be an artist? Or are you someone who likes to juggle with different energies and doesn't fit into a specific niche. One way or another, no one is looking for coaches. No one is looking for a boring script to follow. People want to feel alive. People want to feel activated. People want to feel inspired in a way that actually moves them. Because if we are just consuming information and having a boring structure or script of what to do, it becomes kind of dead energy. It's not alive and activated within us. And no one is looking for that. We all want to feel alive as we are moving in our purpose to be of service to others. Who would have thought that your purpose would require you to master all these other abilities that are so beyond those at which you already mastered? There's also something else that I want to talk about today. Because with being spiritually connected and in tune, sometimes there are these beliefs and paradigms of wanting to be humble, which then means that we don't allow ourselves to be powerful, to be bold, to be seen, to be liberated in our expression, in our realness, in our rawness. But our spiritual humbleness does not take from our human power. And more we are seeing, especially the spiritual healers, facilitators, artists, and entrepreneurs, that we are here to master both realms, that we are here to master both worlds, and that we need to have one foot in each realm, one foot in the spiritual realm and one foot in the earthly realm, that we need to master the energetics and the spirituality and the groundedness and the materialistic and earthly things. And that we are here to be a master of both, because that's how we can truly serve humanity at a higher capacity. So there are people who are very materialistic and materialistically driven. And there are other people who are very spiritually driven. And sometimes there is a judgment on these two polarities, on these two opposite sides. But it's important that we also learn how to merge and balance both of these polarities, the very materialistic and earthly and the very spiritual and ethereal. There's a lot coming up for many of us. And I also see this a lot in the spiritual community, and not just in the spiritual community. This is true for most of humanity. We kind of wait for us to feel ready to then do something. And this can go very deep for people who are into spirituality, because spirituality itself has all of these paradigms and all of these false beliefs that not always help us. And so as someone who is spiritually awakened, we need to learn how to discern when certain spiritual beliefs resonate and are helping us and when they are not. And things like divine timing. Yes, this is true. But what is not true is when we use divine timing to postpone and delay action that we need to take in order to go to the next level of our journey. Because sometimes we postpone and we delay because we are waiting to feel ready. Meanwhile, we are always ready when we decide that we are ready. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. It's not about waiting for you to feel fully ready and the action that you're going to take is perfect. It's about taking action even when you're scared. It's taking action even when you're nervous. It's taking action even when you don't have full clarity of what the other step after that is. But you take this first one. And once you take that one, the next one is given. And that's what an embodied leader does. It takes action. An embodied leader takes action, and it takes the first step and then the other step and then the other step. A visionary is someone who can see a vision beyond the current reality. But a visionary in itself is not enough. Because if you're just a visionary but you don't take action, you're just a delusional dreamer. So we need to take the vision of the visionary and ground it into action by being an embodied leader who decides that she is ready and takes action right now. Because what are you waiting for? It gets to a point where you realize that you have only been waiting for yourself. It's not like you've been waiting for the universe to give you more clarity, for life to give you the answers, for whatever external thing to happen. It's a fire that ignites within you when you decide, I am ready right now. And it might not be perfect. I might be scared. I might be terrified. I might not fully know where I'm going, but I know that this is the next step that I should take, and I will take it. And maybe it's not my best creation, but I do it. And I make progress and I learn from it. And when I take the other step, I will have some experience and I will know what to shift and upgrade. And still it won't be perfect, but it will be better because I'm making progress. And this is how we climb the ladder of the levels of our reality. This is how we crack the code of reality, by taking one step after another. And an embodied leader is someone who sees the vision of the visionary and takes action. And because he is an inspired, activated, embodied leader and takes action, other people look and follow. Not because they are followers, but because a leader, a visionary leader who is embodied, ignites the visionary embodied leaders in others. And this is what we are here to do. We're not here to be coaches and to tell people what to do and to give them a script. We are here to activate ourselves, and by us activating ourselves, we activate others into their own leadership, into their own power, into their own purpose, into their own path. And the only thing we need to do is to follow our own breadcrumbs. Take this step, do this thing, do this thing. Okay, this didn't work out as I planned to. What did I learn from it? Great, what do I do next? And we learn as we go. And we keep moving and we keep stepping forward fiercely. Actually, even when we are afraid. Because that's the whole point of being a leader. It doesn't mean that the fear is not there. It means that the fear is there, but you don't let it consume you, because your own flame is ignited to a much higher power than the flame of fear. An embodied leader activates the leader in others. Someone in their power activates the power in others. And the more you wait, the more you wait. The more you wait, the more you wait. Think about that. once you stop waiting and you start leaping, you start taking action, you start flowing, even when it's not perfect, you're making progress. And when you make progress, you get results and you feel better and you feel more capable to then go bolder, go bigger. But there comes a point in your life that you need to decide that you are ready. And it's not something that you feel necessarily that you are ready. You decide to feel ready. You decide that you want to take action forward. You decide that you're ready to be ready. You're ready to stop waiting and to start creating. You're ready to stop postponing and to start quantum leaping. Because you're waiting for something in the future. Meanwhile, you're here fully ready and equipped and capable. But you need to decide, you need to ignite your own fire of your own power and your own mastery to take action forwards. And it's not anyone else who will activate you into taking action. It's your own ignition from your own inner flame that happens within you when you decide that you are ready and that you will finally do things differently and you're ready for a quantum leap. Because you got so uncomfortable in your comfort zone that is no longer comfortable. When your comfort zone becomes a prison, you're finally ready to quantum leap. And this doesn't mean that you will feel ready. It means that you have had enough of the comfort that has now become uncomfortable enough for you to do something different, for you to be bold enough to take action, for you to be bold enough to go on a quantum leap journey, which means that you will face fear and face the uncomfortability of where you were and where you want to be and the distance between the two. But you take yourself on that journey, on that hero's journey. And once you're there, it's going to be really challenging, but you'll also find that it's the most rewarding thing you have ever done. This is the journey we go through inside activation. Activation is where we activate ourselves, and by activating ourselves, we activate each other into our own power, into our own embodied leadership, where we take action because we decided we are ready now. We stop postponing and delaying because our comfort zone has become uncomfortable enough for us to decide that it's time to make a change. And even when you're scared, you have a group of people holding space for you and activating you because they are also activated within their power, within their mission. This is the journey you go through when you join us inside activation. It's a quantum leap into your next level of your reality, into your next level of embodied leadership for yourself and for the service you're here to provide to others. Because to be an embodied leader and an embodied visionary, you need to be taking action even when it feels uncomfortable and even when you don't feel ready. And once you decide that you are ready to activate yourself, to activate your mission, and to get out of the familiar comfort zone into the unknown, to take that hero's journey, to grow through it, and to meet yourself on the other side of that, and see how magical and rewarding that is, everything shifts. But that will only happen once you realize that your comfort zone has become so uncomfortable that you're willing and ready to become even more uncomfortable and take action into the unknown. But you don't have to do it all alone. This is why we have this sacred space for us to do it together. I cannot take action for you, but I can take action for me and I can ignite myself and activate myself. And by me doing that, it activates you. We cannot take action for each other, but we can be in a community space where we are all taking action towards our goals and our dreams, up-leveling together, which activates a collective energy that further activates each one of us individually. This is a journey we go through inside activation, and at a much higher capacity when you work with me one-on-one. And so I want to invite you to go on this journey, to say yes to yourself, to say yes to your own quantum leap, to say yes to your own transformation and your own alchemy that will be uncomfortable, but will be worth it like nothing else you have ever experienced so far in your comfort zone. So if you are ready to decide that you are ready and to take a quantum leap into the next level of your reality and to activate yourself and therefore your clients and all the people that you are impacting, join us inside activation and nothing will be the same. Because once you are truly activated in your visionary and in your embodied leader, you activate others. And when you are in a space where each one of us are going through their own processes and getting out of our comfort zones and stepping forward in life and quantum leaping together, you become even more activated because you are in a space where everyone is ignited, which ignites you even more. So this is what I wanted to share with you today. And if you want to know more information, just send me a DM with the word activation. And we are really happy to have you join us. And I guess this is all for today. This is what I wanted to share. No one is looking for coaches that just regurgitate a bunch of information. We want embodied leaders taking action. And your turn and your time is when you decide that it is your turn and your time. So it's up to you. What will you do now? Will you keep postponing and delaying, waiting for something, waiting for confirmation, waiting to feel more ready, more equipped, more whatever? Or will you decide right here, right now that you are ready and that you are willing to go through the journey, to get out of your comfort zone and take action? That's it for today, beautifuls. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one.